Yeah, so I just found something out. So I never knew that your hair grows from up here. I never knew that. I always thought that your hair grows from right here and it just grows and grows and grows. Is there hair in my head? Like actually like in there? Where's it coming from? Like I'm scared for real. I don't know. Like is it like in my forehead? Like is there hair there? I always thought it grew from here. I always thought I've always had this hair on top. But it's different? What?
That is the stupidest thing I ever heard of. Jesus Christ.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Just when I think you've said the stupidest thing ever, you keep talking.
We are back. It's that time again, guys. We're back. Thank you all so much for joining me. Hope you're all having an amazing day. Listen, we have a lot to get into today, a lot to unpack in this video. We've got this mask madness, this mask insanity is hitting peak levels like we've never seen before. We also have a teacher feature that's gonna blow your mind, not shockingly, as well as a new gender identity, I guess you would call it, that I don't think we've heard yet at this channel. So we're going to get into all of it. Prepare yourself, strap in, hang on tight, because it's going to be a bumpy ride in today's episode of Epic Woke TikTok Fails.
TikTok is degenerate trash. Correct.
Everything woke turns to shit, okay?
No truer words have ever been spoken ever. So, like I said, this mask madness, this mask insanity is at peak levels. Look at the screen. Look at these kids. All right, so before we get started, we don't have a sponsor for today's video. If you would like to sponsor the next video, there's a PayPal link in the description box below. I will say your full name as a sponsor of said video unless stated otherwise by you. If you want to shout anything out, we're going to do it however you guys want to do it. Now, on that note, the censorship is starting. Well, it started a while ago. We all know that, but it's coming down hard. Not the last video, but the video before that of mine, it got demonetized. Usually I appeal the videos, and within 24, 48 hours, I win the appeal because of manual review or whatever. This one, I didn't win the appeal. That hasn't happened in 6 or 8 months where a video has been completely demonetized without me winning the appeal. This one took 72 hours. I lost the appeal. Things are getting crazy. I think this is the time where I got to start kind of shifting over to some other tech platforms, making that move. I've been wanting to do it. Dan Bongino just got zapped off of YouTube. He got completely banned, no longer on YouTube. He's over on Rumble. He's an investor in Rumble, but I don't know if you guys listen to Dan Bongino. Great podcast. He's got, they're coming after everybody hard. Joe Rogan over on Spotify. Everybody wants to shut him up. I think Spotify realizes the money is, they're not even going to touch it. However, when the government starts to call for the censorship of voices, that's when you know the collapse is upon us. So let's start it with this clip. All right, so sorry about the introduction. I wasn't going to start with this. I have a ton of clips to play, but I think this is just far too important to ignore. So this is MSNBC, Mika Brzezinski. It's a shill for, government propaganda on MSNBC. Now, the person you're going to hear speaking to Mika Brzezinski it's not just some knucklehead. It's the Surgeon General of the United States. Former VP Potato Head Joe Biden's Surgeon General that is calling for the censorship. Now, I'm going to say one more thing, then we'll play the videos. These people they all keep saying it. Fauci keeps saying it. Biden keeps saying it. Jen Psaki keeps saying it. They keep saying misinformation and disinformation. Misinformation, they keep punching that. Those words don't mean anything. They mean zero. All they're saying is anybody that goes against the mainstream narrative, we have to shut up. There's no such thing as misinformation and disinformation. It's just other opinions, other voices speaking out, different data, whatever it is. You guys are smart enough to know that. I don't need to explain it to you guys. Roll the film, please. This is going to blow your mind.
Dr. Murthy, what do you think are the best ways to push back on misinformation about COVID that continues to be aggressively pushed, whether it be Joe Rogan's podcast or all over Facebook?
We've got to do several things. Number one, we've got to recognize that our technology platforms, whether particularly social media, these have an important role to play. These are the predominant places where we're seeing misinformation spread. These platforms have still not stepped up to do the right thing and do enough, I should say, to reduce the spread of misinformation. We all have this is not just about what government can do. This is about companies and individuals recognizing that the only way we get past misinformation is if we are careful about what we say and we use the power that we have to limit the spread of that misinformation. That's going to be a critical part of how we get through this pandemic.
These communists are all cowards.
What? That goes directly against the Constitution of this country for government to censor. Mr. Surgeon General, I just have one thing to say to you with all due respect.
Go fuck yourself!
What a bunch of despicable, disgusting, authoritarian commies. This is just ridiculous. I just wanted to stress how important this is, that former VP Joe Biden said, he echoed this same sentiment about, 2 or 3 weeks ago, calling on social media platforms, podcast platforms to start censoring voices from misinformation and disinformation. So we're at a crossroads here, guys. I don't know. Let's keep it moving, please. All right, let's. The comment says, so I'm applying for a job, right? And it's home for me to pick one of the 4 genders. This will be interesting. Roll the film, please.
So I'm applying for a job, right? And it's time for me to pick one of the 4 genders. Female, I do not wish to disclose. Male, or X, non-binary, Canada only. If only I was Canadian. So.
Wow, the land of make-believe.
The land of make-believe.
Moving right along. Guys, I'm literally at a point where I don't even know what to say anymore. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm speechless for the first time in my life. This is our teacher feature for the day. Our teacher feature. Look, this is our teacher. This is what walks into this classroom and teaches our children. Roll it.
So I'm not allowed to be out as trans non-binary at school. Do not come up in my comments saying that I am allowed, because I'm not. I live in Louisiana and it sucks here. So of course my response to this is to be as obnoxiously queer as possible. So I've got my rainbow hair with leopard print. I've got my rainbow glasses. Sometimes I wear pins too with various rainbow things on them. I don't have any today. I just have my COVID sticker. I wear things that do not match at all. Basically, my goal is to look like a unicorn threw me up. If I can't do that, what's the point?
Well, I don't know. That's really messed up. Super gay.
Couldn't the school just say you're fired? Like, we have a dress code here. Try to look a little professional. I don't know. I mean, get your kids out of public schools. I've said it a million times. Get them out of public schools immediately. I know. Easier said than done. All right, let's keep it moving. I was going to leave this clip out. I was going to leave this TikTok out. But it's like 45 seconds long, a minute long. I'm going to play the first 10 seconds. It's all we need to hear. Now, you guys saw the last 2 clips of the person with the elf ears and shit all over their face. I don't know what that was. That was said they were applying for a job. Then we saw the teacher feature who said herself that it looked like a unicorn threw her up. Self-proclaimed. I didn't make that up. So listen, I don't even know what this nonsense is. 10 seconds in, you lose me when you start saying stuff like this. Roll the film.
So I need y'all to deconstruct the way a professional needs to look, because that's white capitalism. That's the way they made people look like.
Hey, lady, shut up!
Let me just read you that. This is what she said one more time. So I need y'all to deconstruct the way a professional needs to look, because that's white capitalism. Huh? I don't. Once they start getting into that garbage, it's done. All right, let's keep it moving, please. All right, so now we're gonna hear this new, like I said in the beginning, this new gender identity, sexual. I don't know what any of this is, so I don't know. But we're gonna hear a new one. I don't think we've heard it here on this channel yet. Shocking. Roll it.
So I'm in my mid-40s, and as my profile says, I am transgender. And I also identify as non-binary, and I'm gynosexual. So I'm going through a divorce right now, and I will be free very soon. But at the moment, I can do nothing with nobody. My sexual preferences are feminine women, or those who identify as non-binary AFABs, if that helps you. I do prefer ultra-feminine as far as my attraction, because me too. What else? I'm from a divorced family. I believe in Jesus, but I don't believe in Christianity, if that makes any sense. And what else? I'm a very talented person. I went to art school, which is why my makeup is so interesting. And I lived as a straight white male for most of my life until I realized how shitty it was for me.
What does any of that mean?
So what I just gathered is this person lived majority of their life as a straight white or a white male. I guess, I don't know. Didn't like it, so decided to slap a little rouge on, do the eyebrows, and then make up all these words. I don't know. I don't know what any of that means. Let's keep it moving. Oh, and by the way, I didn't even mention, so the new identity is gynosexual. I don't know. That person just said it. This person says it. Roll it.
Everybody's singing, you know, have you heard of the LGBTQ thing? I can't do that because I identify more than one thing on the spectrum. First, trans. Panromantic. Demisexual. And there's another one, but I forget how to pronounce it. Gynosexual. Yeah.
Don't you get wacky on me. What the fuck are we talking about here?
I'm gynosexual.
Gynosexual. Yeah.
And you are Gina?
Gina. Hey, what's up? Maybe throw a little rouge on ya? Tuck your sack back? You game?
No.
All right, so this is funny. I'm just going to play a second. I still don't understand that gynosexual, Gina, whatever. I'm going to play a second of this clip. It's funny because just like the one with the Surgeon General speaking in the beginning, it had to do with Joe Rogan. So what happened recently, all kinds of stuff with Joe Rogan's podcast is happening. But Neil Young, famous rock star from back in the 70s, 80s, and he, you know, he's got a few okay songs. I don't mind him. Clearly, this is a terrible take on him, but back when music was music, they actually played guitars and drums and sang instead of all the electronics they do now. But regardless, so he demanded, he's on, some of his songs are on Spotify, he demanded that Spotify either remove Joe Rogan's podcast for vaccine disinformation and misinformation. There's those words again. Or take Neil Young's songs off. Now, Neil Young is up in the section of the has-beens and a couple of never will-be's, right? He's old news. I haven't heard the guy's name in a decade or more. Joe Rogan just signed a $100 million contract with Spotify, and his podcast is growing in leaps and bounds, the biggest podcast in the world. So for some reason, Neil Young thinks he's still relevant, and he's got that pull. That's absurd. Thankfully, which doesn't take a lot of common sense, Spotify said, yeah, and Neil Young actually retracted the letter, but Spotify said, no, that's cool. We're gonna take your we're gonna take your songs off. Roll it.
All right, let's go check out the damage.
So that's just Neil Young's songs in real time getting zapped off of Spotify. It's hard to see, I know, but.
Oh, stupid liberal piece of crap, Neil Young. You destroyed my very existence. I'm just kidding, though. That's an exaggeration. Why can you live as co-equals with Joe Rogan? I mean, this is retarded.
I'm just disagreeing with you. In America, we have the freedom of speech, the right to disagree.
Exactly. So it's mind-numbing to me that these people on the left and idiots like Neil Young don't understand that this is how communist China works, how Russia works. Any dissenting voice gets crushed. They have state-run media. These people don't realize that liberalism is a mental disorder. I don't know what else to say. Neil Young should be, Joe Rogan, he can say his thing, he can do his thing, whatever. If doctors disagree with what he says, go out and argue some other opinions. If you think it's if you think it's Joe Rogan saying something wrong, or somebody he has on his podcast saying something wrong, send someone up there and say something, rebut it with what you think is correct. Don't silence the person. I could rant about that forever, but let's keep it moving. All right, so let's talk about this mask insanity that's going on. First of all, we got this guy. It's clearly warm out where he is. I don't know if that's in Texas. I don't know where that is. People got shorts and T-shirts on. This guy's got a biohazard suit on. Roll it. Like, why wouldn't you just stay home if you're that afraid? You can order whatever you want, groceries, right from your house. This is...
What the fuck is going on?
I don't know. People have lost it. So things are getting really crazy with the mask thing. These whole masks, they gave a certain group of people, we all know which group of people that is, gave these people some kind of feeling of authority, like they're able to talk down to people, and that people that don't agree with them on this mask thing or the shot thing are somehow lower than them. They're like insects. They need to be squashed. So, listen, as you'll see, things are getting really crazy out there with these people that need every single human around them to wear a mask, whether they're called for or not. And people are getting assaulted. People are getting coffee thrown at them. People are getting punched and hit. So this is really serious. I've said before, I exercise my Second Amendment rights 24 hours a day. I live in a state where I'm able to conceal carry without a license, permit, or anything. And I don't ever go out looking for trouble. But if trouble comes looking for me, I just want to know I can protect myself, my family, the people that I'm around. And there's a lot of crazy, crazy people out there. As you will see, people have lost it. People are getting violent. People are doing insane things that under normal situations, I don't think they do. Roll the film. Actually, teacher assaults me and bullies me in school for not wearing a mask. Sorry. So this is in school. Watch his teacher just...
Go ahead and turn that off.
We're in a public setting.
I have not given you permission to videotape me.
I'm not videotaping you. I'm in a public setting. I'll videotape myself. What about him?
Hey, I'm worried about you two right now. Hey, get your mask on. Come on. Come on, let's go.
Hey, you're a teacher. You can't.
Come on, let's go.
Stay away from me. What about them?
Let's go. I'm worried about you guys. Okay, stop right here. Mr. Ferguson, both of these have refused to wear their mask. He is videotaping. I have asked him to
grab my
turn it
phone
off.
and he's been grabbing it.
He is asked to turn it off. I tried to take his phone. He refused to do it. He's been picking on everybody in the hallways. I've asked politely many times. So whatever the process is right now, there are your guys.
Okay, take a seat in here. You guys gotta have your mask.
Well, I'm going to take this damn mask off.
And another reason why you gotta get the kids out of these schools. This is ridiculous. This kid's got the mask around his chin. He says there's all kinds of people walking by in the hallway doing the same thing. Why can't they breathe? And this teacher's trying to assault him, take his phone. You can tell this teacher's just about hysterical, ready to lose it. This is crazy. Let's keep it moving. All right, next up is kind of similar to the picture we had on the screen in the beginning. These bands, high school bands, college bands, whatever it is, they must agree that if they say, well, put this on, we're going to cut a hole in it so you can play your instrument. The band should all get together and say, no, we're not doing it. It's pointless, it's ridiculous, it makes no sense, and we look like fools. Roll the film, please.
This is just lunacy. What the fuck? That doesn't make sense.
Clearly that makes zero sense with a hole cut in their face. But when they start to admit it doesn't have to make sense, that's when there's a problem. This is a couple weeks old. I mentioned this in one of my last videos, but I didn't play the clip. Listen to this. He says the quiet part out loud. It doesn't have to make sense. Roll it.
I can have this off in order to drink water.
Right now. I just said that. But I want to know because my crew members asked you twice. Now you're not drinking. You're holding it in your hands, so your mouth should be back on.
Don't you have to put it down so you can take a sip and then take another sip?
Okay, we're not going to get into it.
Because
the mask goes on.
If I were to take this off right here, right?
There you go.
And then every single time I take a sip to put it back on.
You got it right there. That's how it works.
It doesn't work because my hand's not free.
Okay, so then put your phone in your lap and then you put your mask up. It's really not that hard.
It doesn't make any sense. I'm drinking water.
It doesn't have to make sense.
Say that again?
That's the policy.
It doesn't have to make sense.
What the fuck is this?
And the madness continues. Roll it.
Dion Millsap stands before a judge, charged with assault with a dangerous weapon after allegedly tossing a cup of coffee at a man who was not wearing a mask inside this Dunkin' Donuts in Brookline. It's a charge his attorney says is overblown.
The guy threw a coffee, allegedly. Is it great behavior if that's what happened? No. Is it assault and battery with a dangerous weapon? Also no. So I really think it is a disorderly conduct case that has gotten way out of hand at this point.
Masks are required for people aged 12 and up in Brookline, and this Dunkin' has a sign on the door to that effect. Police say this morning Millsap, who was wearing a mask, got into a confrontation with the unmasked customer.
I hang in the North End. It's happening over there, too. You see what happened at the pizza place. People are getting angry at it. I mean, can't blame people. Stop telling me what to do.
The unmasked person tried pulling his shirt up over his mouth and nose to diffuse the situation, but it apparently didn't help. Police say Millsap got belligerent with employees as well, and on his way out, tossed the hot coffee at the unmasked person, hitting the back of their legs. Called police, and when Millsap saw them, he allegedly ran, only to be caught a few blocks away. People we spoke with say this is getting out of hand.
Everybody just yells and screams at each other. Nobody's civil anymore.
The world is a mess. The world is as angry as it gets.
And then we got fools like this fueling the flames. Roll it.
If my school district goes masks optional, since people seem to be doing that now, I am putting every fucking mask I own on my face. If you do not have a mask on, do not come near me. I hate it. And nobody better try to mask shame me. if they're walking by and I have my masks on, do not say a damn word to me because I will throw a child at you. I will pick up the first child that passes and I will throw them at you.
You think you tough? You think you tough, huh?
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
All right, listen, guys. I got a few more. I had a few more clips I wanted to play. We're gonna end it. It's getting kind of long here. I could do this stuff for hours. Like I said, the world's gone crazy. I'm gonna end it on this clip. I just want to say in the beginning of my little rant about censorship, I think it's very important because I think we're gonna start seeing the iron fist of censorship coming down on everybody. Like I said, they zapped Dan Bongino on the YouTubes. Over 750,000 subscribers, I think he had, and they just banned him from YouTube. That's insanity. Steven Crowder's one strike away from being completely banned from YouTube. He's got 5 million subscribers. They're going to start going after the likes of Styx Hexenhammer. They're going to go after Jimmy Dore, who, listen, politically, I don't align with Jimmy Dore. I don't agree with him. However, he's 150% against the establishment, and he's pushing back hard against these mandates, against St. Anthony Fauci, against everything. They're going to be coming after Jared, or coming after Jimmy Dore, Tim Pool. Tim Pool's another one. I don't see eye to eye with him on policies or politics. Excuse me. We have different views, and I think he has some horrible takes, Tim Pool does. However, he's pushing back against the establishment, the censorship, all this other garbage. They'll be coming after Tim Pool. There's a lot of different channels that, who else is that? I mean, there's so many out there that they're going to be putting the squeeze on. And it's sad. It's sad that we live in times where, I have a little tiny channel here. Us guys, us in this community here, we're tucked in the corner, kind of back here, just laughing, having fun, enjoying ourselves, trying to get through these crazy times. And they start demonetizing videos. It's completely insane. Anyway, so we're not going to give up. We're going to keep pushing ahead. We're going to keep fighting the good fight, figuratively or whatever you got to say. So they don't say that's a call for violence. No, it's not. We're just going to keep doing what we do and pushing ahead. And like I said, the migration over to other tech platforms is probably going to be coming sooner than later. It's sad that the times we're in, things are getting really crazy. People are unstable at best. You see it in these clips. So we got to just take care of yourselves, guys. Just do whatever you got to do to protect yourselves, your family. Take care of yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Just now is the time more than ever in our lives to just get focused, get centered. And I know it's easy to say just stay focused on positive things, be an optimist, because I don't always do that either, but can't let this stuff swallow you up. As frustrating, as angering as it is, we just can't let it swallow us up. We got to keep laughing at it. We got to keep mocking these people, laughing at these things, and it's the only way we're going to get through it, and we'll get through it together. I got your guys' back. I know you guys got mine, so let's check out this clip. This is the Black Hoodie Gang, member of the Black Hoodie Gang, sorry. This is at a Rite Aid in New York City. Michael Rappaport, a celebrity, actually films this. So maybe some other people, it's starting to open their eyes, the people that were trying to deny that crime was even happening. CNN, roll the film.
Yo, I'm looking at this shit. This dude, this motherfucker. Yo, that I can't believe I'm seeing this motherfucker. Yo, this fuck just filled his 2 bags up with everything in Rite Aid right here on 80th and 1st Avenue. He's walking down the street like shit. Gucci, look at me in my face like what's good. I was watching him the whole time. My man just went Christmas shopping in January. He had the condoms, the shampoo.
What the hell is wrong with you people?
What do you mean by you people? Yeah, you people. What? There's a security guard standing right there. He walks by security. He walks by Michael Rappaport. It's like, what's up? Steals all this stuff. And, what does he have in common with all these other people that we've seen doing this? Why? They all have the same thing in common. Why is that? What is wrong with these people? Why do they think, I don't even get this. these people are, and if you're wondering, what are you talking about, Mike? Why are you saying that? What do they have in common? The black hoodies, okay? This guy's got his black hoodie on, just like the rest of them. I've said it before. The black hoodies, okay? Unbelievable. And here's just a bonus clip, because why not, right? Roll it.
I feel like the catch of the day. Whoosh. When I'm in my tail, I feel like it's a part of me, and I'm a merman. Some people say, oh, that's weird, but I don't care. Being a merman, when you're trying to get into your tail, sometimes you squish yourself in certain areas you shouldn't squish. Being a part of the merfolk community is very empowering to me.
Society of Fat Mermaids creates a safe space for bodies that are typically not visible.
Fat mermaids!
Time to dive on in.
Oh my god, look at that whale.
All right, that's a wrap. And by the way, if you're wondering who that is on the screen, that's a high school teacher. Not exactly sure where they teach, but that's a high school teacher. And I just wanted to say teachers absolutely, definitely, 100% do not look like they used to. Anyway. You guys, like I said, clearly things are crazy out there, so just take care of yourselves. We're going to keep pushing ahead. We're going to keep laughing. We're going to keep mocking these people. So just be safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Till next time, love you guys. Peace.